Hello everyone, I'm Mary Ellen. I'm the music therapist for Transitions Hospice, and Memorial Day falls on May 31st this year, and it is a time for us to reflect and to be deeply grateful to all of the servicemen and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice to keep our country free. So the music and the memories that we're going to be sharing are in honor of them. So I'd like to start, of course, with the national anthem, and I'm going to caution you, please, to avoid standing up unless the staff has told you that that's okay to do. You can show respect by putting your hand over your heart, but we certainly don't want anyone to end up on the floor. So, oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Now we're going to be remembering all branches of the service in no particular order, but the first one that we'll see, everyone's familiar with this poster, Uncle Sam Wants You. And so we'll start with remembering our Army servicemen. And you can tap your feet to this one. This is a good one to pretend you're marching in place. And you don't have a backpack of how many pounds? I think they told me 40. I could be wrong about that. But over hill, over dale, as we hit the dusty trail, and those caissons go rolling along. In and out, hear them shout, counter march and ride about, and those caissons go rolling along. Then it's high, high, hee, in the field artillery, shout out your numbers loud and strong, for where'er you go, you will always know that the caissons go rolling along. Oh, the caissons go rolling along. I've mentioned before that my parents were in the Army. They met at Fort Sheridan, where my mom was WAC company commander and my dad was in the Corps of Engineers. And my entire life, I remember my dad saying to my mom, well, when's the next formation? Meaning the next time that you had to line up for whatever, inspection or marching. The Navy comes next. And the interesting thing about Anchors Aweigh is that I learned that it wasn't officially a Navy anthem, that they kind of borrowed it. And the places where it says drink to the foam, that's actually this kind of foam as opposed to the foam on the ocean. However, if you were getting shipped out, you probably would be very tempted to drink to the foam. So in honor of all of those that we've lost in the Navy. Anchors aweigh, my boys, anchors aweigh. Farewell to foreign shores, we sail at break of day. O'er our last night ashore, drink to the foam. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home. Now there's an interesting story behind the Air Force anthem. Those of you who go back to World War II, and I know that we have some of you out there that do recall that, the Air Force was originally the Army Air Corps. It didn't become the Air Force until 1947. So the anthem was originally the Army Air Corps anthem. You'll see the original sheet music from that. And they had to change the words from nothing can beat the Army Air Corps to nothing will beat the U.S. Air Force. So join me in singing that one. Go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder, and boys, give 'em a gun. Down we dive, spotting the flame from under, off with one hell of a roar. We live in flame, go down in flames, nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force. And then next, I've been corrected early on by Marines who told me that there was no such thing as a former Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine, Semper Fi. So, in honor of the Marines, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. And finally, in all of the time that I have been doing this, I have only encountered one Coast Guard veteran. However, I did need to call the Coast Guard office in order to get the music for this one. And I'm not going to sing it because I don't think that anybody knows it, but I will play the tune itself, and it's called Semper Paratus, always ready. Well, music has lifted our spirits throughout our history. And music is one of the things, as I mentioned at the outset, that helps get people through. And I'm sharing with you a quote from a gentleman named Aubrey Powell. And Aubrey Powell was the grandson of Felix Powell, who wrote the very popular World War I song, Pack Up Your Troubles in Your Old Kit Bag. And he was saying that in those days, and I don't think it's changed, the most important thing was to have a song that would give encouragement to the troops as they went into battle, something that they could sing and march to and would give them inspiration. And whenever we've sent people into battle, the challenges are always different. The weaponry is different. What they face is different. The first picture that you'll see here is a picture of doughboys from World War I. Look at their helmets. You certainly wouldn't have anything like that now. They dealt with trenches. They dealt with mustard gas. And the methods of warfare were much different than they are now. And loads and loads of people wrote songs. Some of them are memorable. They've stood the test of time. Others have not. They're just quirky little oddities, a few of which I've included. And we won't sing all the way through on all of them, just in the interest of time. However, I've picked some that I think that some of you might know. This next one, for example, the song they sang as they marched, It's a Long, Long Way to Tipperary. It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye. Another one that was a big hit at the time was Katie. And what I always love about sheet music, which you don't see now, you buy sheet music online and you get a blank sheet of paper that's got the name of the song and the fact that you're authorized to use it. But look at the artwork here. He's wearing his uniform and there she is. Katie, beautiful Katie, you're the only girl that I adore. When the moon shines over the cacao shed, I'll be waiting at the kitchen door. Now this next one is the one I mentioned earlier. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. While you've a match to light your cigarette, smile, boys, that's the style. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. So pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Here's one that wasn't nearly as memorable. It's a long way to Berlin, but we'll get there. The thing that I've noticed about the lyrics of this song and the lyrics of many songs, especially if they're written at the beginning of the war as this one was, people were very ready to go and we're going to go and we're going to get them, and they were enthusiastic. Back in the Civil War, ladies took picnic lunches and sat on the edges of the very first battle of the Civil War. People really didn't have any idea what it was going to be like to actually be in battle and what people would face. This was an example of that. This next one I've included because it's very unusual. Too often, as we know, the women who've served have not been recognized. And this particular song, The Rose of No Man's Land, is an exception to that. And then there were the songs that honored the heroes of the day, the celebrities, if you will, the major figures. General Pershing, and here's one, Lindbergh, the Eagle of the USA, for Charles Lindbergh. We take our hats off to you, Mr. Wilson. You're thinking to yourself, don't think I've ever heard of those. This is true, but I've included them just to give you an idea of how much enthusiasm there was and how much people really wanted to support their soldiers. One song that everybody was singing, Over There by George M. Cohan. Let's sing this one twice. Over there, over there.